Hi, YouTube. I thought I'd take a minute and have a cigarette with you, and I've got to eat something. It's getting pretty late, but I'm feeling better today. When I get attacked really bad, it takes me a while, and it was a pretty bad one. But um, I don't carry the anger for long. It like comes and go. Well, if it's like an ongoing battle, I don't have time to recuperate in between attacks. And I get radical, but it never stays that way with me. So, um, yeah. And I wasn't really even mad, you know what I mean? It's not like that, you know. So anyway, I am feeling better today, you know. Oh, oh, except for that one wild hair. Yeah, I got a wild hair. That could mean a wild rabbit too, huh? I don't have rabbits anymore. They're good animals, though. Really smart, fun to be around, funny. So, yeah. Um, really, though, the Dark Cabal people will say anything to get their way and do anything, and I can just see them contemplating things. It's like watching a pot of water boil, you know. Um, you know, they say a watch pot never boils. Well, I don't know about that because I can see the cauldron churning in their heads, you know, for real. So, yeah. But I don't know. I thought I had a lot to say, but maybe not too much. But I don't know. I cleaned my phone and then I tried to do a take with less lighting, but I couldn't even see myself. So it's like, well, yeah. So today was kind of a lazy day for me. It was raining outside and most of the day and kind of cold. Even snowed up north, but north of us. So yeah, kind of a dismal, drizzmal day. So I think it's dismal. Yeah, I just said drizz because yeah, that fits too, huh? Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's not like even like when I get like that and I sent the video I made to Doug because that's just, you know, that's what I do. I expose the evils in the world and I talk about my feelings, and it doesn't matter who's in my life. I really don't care. I'm not like that, you know. It's like, no, if I have a bad day or whatever, and like I told you, there's certain things I'm not going to ask God to forgive me, but I did ask him for to forgive my anger, you know, but not my hatred. I'm not asking him to forgive that cuz I do hate evil behavior and it's inexcusable, and I don't, and I'm not making excuses for hating that. I I hate the parts of the person that does that, not their good parts. But if their good parts are mostly for show, that's okay, you know, in God's time, waiting on that person to grow up. That's all cool with that, but it's not always a good thing to be around in life. Um, I was watching Robin and he mentioned about, you know, like his brothers, you know, getting mad at them or whatever, or like you couldn't beat up a 4 year old, you know, couldn't I know? I wouldn't, but unfortunately these people that are acting like 4 year olds aren't 4 years old. And in that sense, when they do act babyish and immature, it's premeditated torture. It's not a child. This is the demon blood mixed in humankind to learn how to be human, because as angels, they didn't have the understanding of what a child was. So they took it and ran with it, you know. And you can't do that. And you can't allow it. So that's why I'm here saying, nope, no bullshit. You know, it's not going to work, you know. So, like I say, I won't excuse hatred for bad behavior. I don't carry grudges with people, but I do make decisions that I have to follow through with, and it's not always a pleasant thing. So, yeah. So, because in all appearances, there are no aliens. The demons are alien to the planet as far as the Father's blood in that extreme coming down into mankind, and they lowered themselves. Um, that reminds me, on Saturday Night Live, there used to be this segment that they'd have on there, and it was called Lowered Expectations. And this guy and this gal it would show like they'd be dreaming of other people, like this good looking one or that good looking one, and then they'd hold hands across the table and kiss, and like Doug and I just roar at that. It's like that's some funny shit, because I don't lower my expectations. I don't. I'll never settle for less than what I want. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Can't stop me. That's what I'm talking about. That's me. Yeah. I can love somebody and hate them all at the same time. I'm talented like that. It's a fact. But I don't have hatred for humankind at all. I don't carry that. Oh, what was really, really cool today, though, was to see um, people that knew me enough and trusted my heart enough to stick with me through my bad days. That's where I humble myself to my friends and thank you for understanding that in me, because really sorrow and grief, anger is just sorrow and grief. But hatred now can come from sorrow and grief that people are causing you, or it can come from their jealousy. And that's a great big deal. That's a probably 90% of what I deal with is out of jealousy. And I thought that'd kind of go away. But, I thought, God dang it. I'm like closer someday. I'm gonna just want to lay down and not get back up. Help. I've fallen and I can't get up. No, but for real. And I think like towards the end of some of this stuff it might get a little better, you know. But yeah, there are a lot of people out there trying really hard to make some sense out of all this, what's going on in the world. And there is absolutely no sense. And oh, by the way, Robin, if you're watching me, hi. And I don't mean just like the King James Bible is the only Bible that makes sense. I just mean the way it's written, the way the Illuminati is playing things out. That is their mainstay, their playbook. If you took a 1921 Merriam-Webster dictionary over and over, I tell people Masonic Blue Book 1945 or older if you can get one, but you can order them online. I've seen them on eBay. And a concordance, Strong's concordance, and the King James, and that should be a very old probably in the 40s or 50s to get the language. The Aramaic is pre-Hebrew, and that's what they use along with the gematria and um, all of them. And then you might want what is called a thesaurus to go into um, different words that correlate with another word, because sometimes they'll use like the third definition, or they'll have a code that will say N, and that would mean that it was the noun of what they were speaking of, or they would have it numbered, or they would have like LN, which would be Latin, or SPN, which would be Spanish, and so on and so forth, which is coded in the King James Bible. And that's how you decode that book. So, when I say I know words, I really do, and I hope you can trust what I'm saying. And when I'm speaking, I know the words. I wasn't a great speller, and I've never been a spellcaster, but I know a lot of them, and I know what they do, and I know how to if I were to, but I don't, because there's no sense in it. God guides me, so I don't need to have Satan create something for me in my world. I trust God gives me everything I need whenever I need it. So, and I think that's probably about what's on my mind tonight. Just wanted to let you know, like you'll see some of my angry videos, and the next day I'm okay and I get off it. There's other things going on in the world that are way more important, in a sense. But yeah, really. And, but knowing how narcissists operate is a great big deal. Oh, and I will touch on something that I saw over on Robin's Hood channel. Was somebody had mentioned the voice to skull technology that the Masons have been using forever. If you see their insignia that makes a G, it's a ruler and a protractor, that makes the circle. And what that indicates and makes the G is uh, the voice to skull technology. They measure every baby's head, the circumference when it's born, and they keep record of that. And then when they're doing their witchcraft, they literally know approximately where the pineal gland is and how to mess with it. And I'm pretty sure that's why God had me get smacked in my head really bad, because it changed the crystalline location slightly. And whenever you're injured, if you have God in your heart, Christ will go to that area in your body and heal you. So, being that it was some of the most technical spots within me, I believe that's why that happened to me. So I could come out here and try and talk to everybody else with Him in my heart. So, things do happen for a reason, but I really am not one of these that say like everything bad that happens to me taught me a lesson, because no, there's times people have beat on me that they needed their ass kicked, and nowadays I would do that. Whereas there's times that I just stood and took it. So, um, situations change. It's called self preservation, you know. And that's the same with my, if I'm going to be hating on somebody and it's real, I'll talk about it. And I'm not asking forgiveness for something I know God hates too. Now, I know God loves all life, but if they're acting dead, that is not life. So, as human beings, our natural instincts, it's nothing to feel guilty over, is what I'm trying to say. I just couldn't and I won't. So, and I talked to God about it too. I asked him to forgive my outburst of anger and even actually saying the word hate, but he says the word hate 56 times in the Bible. Um and it is things he hates. Look him up. So, when I say it, I mean it, and my anger isn't a explosive, retarded thing. It's a sorrowful mourning type of thing, and that's me. So, just call me Angel of the Morning, Angel. Do you know that song by Juice Newton, Angel of the Morning? Oh, look it up. It's a pretty song. So, yeah. Well, everybody, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for sharing your life with me and listening to me share my life with you. Peace. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.